Okay, so this is day one of the series where I just talk in front of the camera. I've seen a lot of people do it, so I'll go and hop on. Not too sure how it will come out, but I'll just say whatever comes to mind that's rational at least. But what I guess we could talk about is, some of my background and my story about why I started this page. Generally, it's to motivate others because I know what it's like to not have confidence, motivation, lacking consistency, doubting myself a lot in the past. Still do. I think everybody does to a certain degree. But I thought it was necessary, to just try it out, see how it goes, and it's been going quite well. I won't complain. It has shown a side of me that I didn't know I had, which is great for overall, the audience that I want to target and myself, because it really has brought me out of my shell. It was quite nerve-wracking in the beginning, because I was always a fat kid growing up, so showing my body was a big step, but I knew it was necessary, which is why I started posting my body, to see the progress, not only through the lens of, a viewer, but, just knowing that I could do it. And that's kind of where the story starts off. I was always a bigger kid. I was funny, though. That's what helped me. I was always a little bit funny, but I was always really self-conscious through middle school up to high school. But the thing was that I would fluctuate through weight, so I never had a good relationship with food or weight or anything in that certain, area. So there was a point where, I was really big, I was real skinny, then I was medium weight, and went up again. And unfortunately, we're at the point where we're up again, and it's pretty high up there. This is the most heavy set I've been in my entire life. I believe I'm standing at 302 pounds, so it's up there. But the point I'm trying to get at is, ever since I was little, I've always had that struggle. Okay, so this is day 4 of talking in front of the camera. So I get better at it and comfortable enough to sound professional to a degree, right? And what better topic to talk about than one I'm very good at: insecurity and self-doubt, right? I struggled with that, as I mentioned before, for a good amount of time. Secretly, it's those secret battles that are hard to overcome or win even. And I thought I'd give a couple tips and go over a couple things on how to improve that, right? Number one being self-compassion towards yourself. I think we're a lot harder on ourselves than to anybody else, really. I always thought of myself as someone sort of kind, right? I wasn't mean at all, I would like to think. I was pretty fair in certain aspects of things. When push comes to shove, at certain situations, you do have to stand up for yourself. But I'm talking about, daily interactions with people, treating people how you want to be treated, sort of that thing. And I noticed myself being kinder to others and strangers, which is a good thing. Don't worry about it. But not being kind to myself, not giving myself that same energy in a way. And I caught myself doing that, man, why am I so mean to the person that is in the mirror? And so once you kind of catch on to that, that's when you can sort of challenge these negative thoughts, these sort of thoughts that bring you down. You not necessarily ignore them, but you confront them in a healthy manner. And by doing that, instead of running away, you're facing it head on. You learn a lot about yourself, right? That's where I think looking within comes from. Really looking in to the problem, looking it straight in the eyes, and understanding that. And that's what you have to do with these negative thoughts about yourself, or even talking positive about yourself. Talking positive about yourself is another step, and that also leads into building confidence, right? This all ties in together. Building confidence through Either small, consistent actions, which I have been doing, and it helps out, trust me, and or, let me see, the notes right here, journaling, there we go, writing things down, building better habits, that's a big one. I think that's a really big one. Taking more care of yourself, treating yourself is one, just small things that you would do to a significant other or people that you love. Do it to you, man or girl. Just do them. And yeah, I think that's all I want to go over. It's getting over 3 minutes right now, but tomorrow we can go more in detail. If not, we'll go on to a different subject. But yeah, this is day 4. Have a good one, guys. This is officially day 5 of Take, talking till I get good, where I just talk in front of the camera and yap. And for today, I want to talk about the skill of not giving up. And I've managed to get 4 points down that you might need, and then 5-tier level of where your process is at. So for the 4 things is a passion, patience, perseverance, and persistence, right? Passion is how bad you want it. Patience being how long you'll wait. Perseverance is how much you're willing to endure. And then lastly, persistence is how long you'll stay consistent. And now for the 5 levels on how this thing goes, it's made it to like a level starter to, let's say, pro, right? Pretty easy to understand. And I have it here on my computer, and the level 1 is a starter, right? You're barely starting off. There's a lot of more emotion involved, high excitement, 0 experience at this point. The main goal should be just to show up and build a habit before, that honeymoon phase is over. And you'll understand if you're in the honeymoon phase, because it's very relatable once you get to level 2, which is the wall, right? The suck kicks in, and you notice that it's harder than it looks. And the goal here is to embrace the so-called grind and switch it from that, feeling of I want to I have to now. That's a big difference, and that leads into level 3, where you just grind, right? This is now become routine over raw emotion and energy, which is a lot better, really. And you're competent, but you might be tired. And the goal here is to systemize your persistence, trust your schedule and not your mood, because one thing that's clear is your emotions are all over the place, but if you're consistent, you'll have a strong foundation to lean upon. And number 4 being the pivot, right? Working hard isn't enough now. You need to work smarter, and you're working smart. So now you have to work with a lot of flexibility, but strategically, right? The thing is to change the plan, but never the goal, which ultimately leads to level 5, where you're just basically unstoppable, right? Resilience is now your personality. You don't try to stay disciplined, it's just who you are. Now, to go over the 4 P's that I mentioned in the beginning, how to go about that is just answer each one truthfully, and you'll have your answer if you're ready for it or not, your so-called goal. And then the levels are just to base upon where you think you are, so you can look back at all these and go to the beginning and base it on there. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to get out today. I'll probably start making these videos when I talk in front of the camera, because not only does it help me understand myself, but it helps me be more confident in what I say and the message that I truly want to get out, which is helping a lot of people and, using my experience in what I've gone through for the better and not for the worse. So yeah, that'll be all.